How about the U?
How about that beat
How
right
about
now?
that
Is it
music?
fall?
Is the U back? The U's already been back. New head coach, now head coach, Mario Cristobal, hitting the portal again. Darian Mensah taking over as a starting quarterback. You saw what it did for Carson Beck a year ago. Mensah leading the ACC in passing yards while he was a Blue Devil. He was ever second in the FBS in passing touchdowns, only behind Heisman winner Fernando Mendoza. Miami has 5 returning players on offense, including Malachi Toney and Mark Fletcher Jr. Both players made their mark in the CFP while leading the team in receiving and rushing, respectively. Finally, defensive coordinator Corey Hetherman returning for his 2nd season in Coral Gables. Now, Hetherman completely transformed the defense into one of the top units in FBS last season, ranking 1st in sacks and 5th in points per game. Making his points now, our sports betting analyst Tyler Fulgham is with us on SportsCenter AM. Stay with the Canes.
Yeah.
I love that we are doing this.
Yeah.
Let's run through the schedule, and you are going to tell us what you like and what you don't like.
Okay, so Miami's over-under wins-loss prop is 10.5 wins. So they need to go 11-1 to go over. Anything with 10 wins or less on this schedule, you want an under. So they are expected to be a very good team. Let's run through this, Randy, real quick. I'm going to get some easy wins out of the way. I think they knock off Stanford. They're going to take care of Florida A&M, Wake Forest, Central Michigan. I'm going to skip some of the games where they're kind of 50-50 for me. I think they take care of Pitt. I think they beat Duke. Darian Mensah's going to like that. Virginia Tech and Boston College. There's 8 wins on the schedule right there. Okay, the Florida State game could go either way. It's a rivalry, right? But they're coming off of a bye, so I'll give them a W there.
And they're home.
Exactly.
Yeah.
North Carolina. That could be a trap game if they look ahead to Notre Dame the next week. But I think this Bill Belichick North Carolina team is in big trouble this year. I think it could be a real disaster.
Oh, do you?
So I'm going to give them a win there. Wow. I'll give them the loss at Notre Dame. That's going to be a tough place to be, and Notre Dame might be one of the best teams in the country. So to go over or under comes down to this game at Clemson. Something tells me Dabo's got something cooking there. I think Clemson wins that game. Miami goes 10-2 in the regular season, under their 10.5 win projection. But that is probably, Randy, still good enough to get them into the college football playoff. A 10-2 record with losses at Clemson and at Notre Dame is probably a good enough resume, but I got them going under.
So on the over-under, you could be done sweating by the end of the first week in November.
Exactly.
And then you're just waiting for the end of the regular season. You got a little winning ticket, burning a hole in your pocket, potentially. Tyler Fulgham, we appreciate it. EJ Manuel's going to join us next hour live from Miami practice. EJ's back. It's starting to feel like college football again. Carson back, now in the NFL, EJ. Now it's Darian Mensah's time to lead this Canes offense. How will that offense look under Mensah compared to last season?
Yeah, it's a great question. You know, with Darian Mensah joining this football team, you think about how great he was at Duke last year, and even before that at Tulane. Again, last year, 3,900 passing yards, 34 touchdown passes, only 6 interceptions. So obviously that tells you that he's explosive but also smart with the football. Now imagine him in a Shannon Dawson offense with even more weapons. Malachi Toney, Cooper Barkade comes over as well. And then Coach Cristobal and his staff did a great job of adding some other depth. Cam Vaughn out of West Virginia, Vandrevius Jacobs out of South Carolina. So a lot of good pieces to be used in this offense, and I expect him to pick up exactly where he left off by winning the ACC title last year.
There's really very, very little room for improvement for Miami, right? They lost in the college football playoff national championship game. They're favored to win the ACC again this year. So, EJ, who's the biggest challenger to the Canes in that conference?
Yeah, there's a few teams. I think the biggest one I'd say is SMU just because of what they're bringing back. You know, Kevin Jennings has been the starter there for 2 seasons, now coming into his 3rd year as the full-time starter, and Rhett Lashley has done an excellent job revamping his roster. I also think the Clemson Tigers will be back. You also think about the Louisville Cardinals and what they've been able to bring back with Coach Brom, and then also UVA. But I would say the main thing with SMU, I think they have the talent. I think they also have the beef up front on the offensive and defensive line, potentially match up well with the Miami Hurricanes football team.
UVA getting a little mention. Let's file that away. That one stood out to me a little bit on the grounds of Mr. Jefferson's University. EJ Manuel, we appreciate the insight as always. Thank you, sir.
Try to knock me off my feet, still standing with more money than I came with. Goddamn, took a loss, but I'm still a gambling man, betting all the chips that I got left.